Okay, so you'll go to Connections and then click on Connections, and then once you get here you'll click on the gear on the right, and then you'll go to Export LinkedIn Connections and then click, you want Microsoft Outlook CSV file, click Export, and then you're going to type in the information for the CAPTCHA. And what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to save this file as begin. Okay? And that is going to be your LinkedIn connections. And save it in a folder that's, we'll say, and change that name to, change it to begin.csv and save. Down here you click show in folder, and that will show you where you have it. Now when you download the zip file, okay, so what you'll do is you'll right click on it and you'll click extract all, and you'll get a box that comes up that says this, and if you just let it go as is, it'll put it in another folder, but if you get rid of that last up to that backslash, then click extract, and then it'll put it in here, so you won't have an additional folder. So now what we'll do is double click on that and open it, and you're going to have a warning. It'll say, well, first of all, it'll say that this came from the internet and it's in protected view. So you click disable that or enable editing, and then it'll say macros have been disabled, and click enable content. Okay, and if you don't get that warning, if it just automatically doesn't come up, then you can check the developer tab, go to macro security, and check your settings. It's either on disable all macros without notification or enable all macros, and I highly recommend that you do not use enable all macros, but disable all macros with notification. Make sure that that's checked and click OK. Alright, so now to use the file, what you'll do is you'll take your begin exports and you'll enter them into the begin tab. Okay, so we'll open that begin file. You're going to have a lot of garbage in the last name. You're going to have you know, all kinds of stuff. Lion and their titles and 5,000 plus connections, and you don't want that. So what we're going to do is the only information we're going to use is we're going to use first name and we're going to use email. So we're going to get rid of this. And so we click on the top tabs of the columns and drag over to highlight those, and then go to delete and sheet columns. Click delete, and now we just have these two sheet columns, and we're going to highlight them, click copy, and now we're going to go to our removal file, and now we're going to highlight these two tabs for the columns, and then we're going to paste values. We're going to right click and then paste values. Okay, so export recent. When the next time you export leads, you're going to have a new file, and I saved that as export recent. Okay, so when I open that, it's going to have all my new leads, and I'm going to put those into the main file. So I'm going to do the same thing since I just exported them, and I built this with a few extra emails. So delete sheet columns, pick those columns, delete them, highlight them, copy, and now we're going to go to our file with Export Recent tab, and we're going to highlight these two columns, and then we're going to paste values. Now we're going to go to Import Recent and then click Remove Duplicates, and that will strip out everything but your latest connections. And to create those connections, what you'll do is you'll click Create File, and then that's it. That will close the file, and we don't need to save that. We don't need to save that. And we have import saved in the location where you have your files. So if we look at this, this is ready for import. This has just your new connections, and they're ready to import into Lead Outcome.